Hi, this is Michael Oleary again from By the Book Taxes with another video in my series on IRS collections. In the past, I've had videos where I described the IRS collection process, and in my most recent one, I discussed how the IRS determines what they consider to be a taxpayer's ability to pay. That was called reasonable collection potential. What we're going to begin talking about today, and I am going to talk about in several videos in the near future, are the various resolution options that a taxpayer can enter into in order to clear up their balances owed to the IRS. Today, we're going to talk about installment payment agreements, basically getting on a payment plan with the IRS. There are 4 different installment agreements that the IRS offers. The first is called the automatic agreement. If you owe the IRS less than $10,000, they will automatically put you on a payment plan. No financials required. It has to be paid off in 3 years. The best way to do it is direct debit. There are some fees associated with it. The fees are less if you go on direct debit. As long as you haven't been on a payment plan in the last 5 years, the IRS will put you on what's considered to be an automatic or guaranteed payment plan. You could call them up and do it, or you could go on to irs.gov and you can apply for it, or when you file a tax return, you can add form 9465 to the tax return and apply for it with the submission of a tax return. Once again, $10,000 or less, paid off in 3 years or less. The next payment plan is called a streamlined agreement. 2 different pieces to this, depending on who is trying to collect the money from you within the IRS. There's 2 different areas. There's what they call the field, which might be a local IRS office with a revenue officer. The maximum that you can get a streamlined installment agreement with a revenue officer is under $50,000, and it has to be paid off within 72 months. If you can do that, you don't have to give the IRS any financials disclosing income, assets, etc. That's the best thing to do. Just complete a form, give the bank information, get on an automatic payment plan, and you're done. But it has to be less than $50,000, and you have to pay within 72 months if you're dealing with a revenue officer. The other area that you have to deal with that might be trying to collect from you is what they call ACS, or Automated Collection Services. These are IRS employees in one of 10 locations spread out around the country. I'll give you a handful of them off the top of my head. Depending on where you are in the United States, you could be dealing with ACS employees in Fresno, California, Ogden, Utah, Kansas City, Philadelphia, Memphis, Long Island, New York. There's several of them throughout the country. If you're dealing with them, the limits are higher. You could owe up to $250,000 and still get on a streamlined payment agreement without having to submit financials. But you have to be able to pay off the balance within the 10-year collection statute due date. If you remember going back to the original videos I did, the IRS has 10 years to collect a debt. So as long as you could pay off the balance within 10 years of when the tax was assessed, and the balance is less than 250,000, with the automated collection services, you can get on a streamlined payment agreement with them. So those are the first two: automatic, streamlined. The next is regular, similar to streamlined, but the dollar limits are more. What if you're dealing with the revenue officer and you owe more than 50,000 and you can't pay it within 72 months? Then it's a regular installment agreement, and they're going to want to see financials. They're going to want to see information regarding your income, regarding your assets. Typically, they will request form number 433. There are several different versions of this depending on how much you owe. Do you have a business? Are you a bunch of different parameters? So it's a 433 series form for a regular installment agreement if you are above certain levels. 50,000 for a revenue officer at a field office, more than 250,000 with automated collection services, dealing with one of what they call the campuses around the country that the IRS has. Okay, so that's the first three: automatic, streamlined, regular. The last one is what they call partial pay. This is where you cannot pay the full balance within the 10-year statutory collection period that the IRS has. The IRS figures, hey, we're not going to get paid 100 cents on the dollar. Let's get what we can. So once again, you have to submit financials on your income, your assets, and the IRS will determine your ability to pay, and they'll come up with a number per month that they require you to pay them. And you pay them that amount up until the 10-year period expires. And once it expires, that's it. Okay, so if you owe the IRS a bunch of money and want to get into some sort of payment agreement with them, or unsure how to do it, or unsure which one you qualify for, please give me a call. I'm going to share my screen and put up my business card here so you can see it. Here I am, Michael Oleary, Norwalk, Connecticut. There's my phone number, fax, email, website, and here are the services I provide. Income tax preparation, 1040s, and also estate and trust 1041s, and the menu of tax resolution options that taxpayers have. Today we did installment payment agreements. I also can provide an offer in compromise if you qualify to pay less than the full amount that you owe the IRS. Currently not collectible if there's some hardship. Innocent spouse if there's some tax debt left over from a divorce. Penalty abatement. You may qualify to have penalties that were imposed upon you removed and refunded. The term they use is abated. And if you have been levied by the IRS or have liens against you, I can help with those. I offer CPA quality without CPA prices. And the next several videos will cover all of these areas: offer and compromise, currently not collectible, innocent spouse, penalty abatement, etc. So I'm going to stop my share. Please give me a call. I can help.